Hello. Let me double check. Yeah, okay, it's working. Um, I think I fixed my little character thing, so it should no longer be out of place and like get stuck. For future streams. Um, I think I am going to be permanently streaming on YouTube. I tried it out and I kind of like it, and it's what I usually watch content on anyway. So, um, yeah, maybe sticking with YouTube. Today we're gonna be playing some Dark Souls. What should we name our person? Let's name let's name them after we kind of like go through the rest of it. I remember Thief was always like this. Here, let's play with the controller. Remember Thief was always kind of uh this like cool meta pick because you start with a fast bleed weapon and you start with a master key, letting you pick a different gift. But I probably started so many playthroughs as Bandit at this point. Deprived is cool. Yeah, let's go with Deprived, I'm thinking. I do think the Pyromancer garbs look pretty cool. I like the gems and like little garbs. The kind of like potato sack shoes you have. I absolutely adore this game. I think there's a lot of like freedom and choice, and I think it's a common misconception that it's very difficult. It kind of has like that Pokemon thing where like if you do get stuck, you can just keep grinding. Like you can kind of set any level cap for yourself. Like most people kind of stop around level 100 in this game or so. Um, and for all of these games, there is sort of like an accepted community level for PvP, like what most people were active at. Um, and it's really just about like build diversity and like how juiced you want your character to be. Uh, like I knew someone who in Elden Ring they leveled their character to like 700 to have 99 in every stat. Um, I definitely wouldn't want to play the game that way, but like you can if you want to. I think that's a large part of the beauty. Um, I think you could argue that the game design is punishing, but I really don't think it's lying is built in the gameplay loop for you to sort of like introspect on some of the mechanics and uh, maybe you have a like take a different perspective is really cool. It's like it harkens back to like old JRPGs where you lose like a boss fight or a mechanic because you didn't have like a certain item or like the right elemental affinity or like it's just like classic RPG stuff. Like I feel like when you die in this game, it just forces you to kind of um, retrospect, take in, you know, what you could have done differently. And sometimes it is just like a gameplay sort of knowledge thing, like knowing what they're weak to or however you want to do it. And that's the thing too, if you want to play this as like a third person action RPG and all you want to do is just bonk people with a big strength weapon, like you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You can also just like focus on getting better at dodging and learning the moves. Like I think there's a lot of different ways to win, a lot of different ways to like beat the game, and you don't really have to be good or like get good to do it. I actually think that that's one of the main reasons why Dark Souls 2 is not as good. I think they kind of misunderstood the whole difficulty thing. Like, oh, that's what makes Dark Souls cool is that it's really hard. It's like it's never really. Uh, I mean, I get the like prepare to die and all the marketing and stuff like that. Like, it kind of makes it seem like that's a main drawing point. But I don't think that's what makes the magic of the game happen, is that it's just really hard, you know? I'm going with Deprived, which means we're probably going to take the Master Key. There's arguments for taking other things. I mean, Black Firebomb is great for the Abyssal Demon if you're trying to go quick. But, yeah, I guess I kind of wanted to, like, it's been a couple years since I've played this. I used to play it, like, religiously. Like, I would play this game so much. But, I'm thinking that, like, I kind of want to do a playthrough of just, like, whatever, like, as if I was a new player. Just, like, trying out different stuff. In which case, I probably shouldn't take the Master Key, because it's, like, the most overpowered, like, guide reader option. But I'm thinking it, like, just offers quality of life, too, to where we'll be able to just run around and do fun stuff. I think it's worth taking. I like Big Head and Little Head. I think I'm gonna go with the Big Head. Jubilant Katarina, I love that smile, you know? I usually go with the Bob. I feel like it's a nice, nice cut. Of course we have to customize further. We'll do a little bit of randomization and maybe a little bit of tinkering, but I don't want to be here too long. Ooh. Alright, I'm liking this, like, round, sad face. I do kind of want to make the eyes big. Oh yeah. And let's see what that jaw's up to. Maybe some puffy cheeks. Yeah, this guy looks pious. He looks like he could sell me some books or something. What should we name him? Nobody, nobody in chat to offer any suggestions. I'll have to come up with something entirely on my own. Oh no. How about wait. Oh yeah, I forgot that's like this. Let's go with Crank Sinatra. No, I don't like it. Let's go with Joe Cheese.
In the
I'll let
age of
the cutscene play out.
ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Keys, check. Phone, check. Wallet, check. Me running back inside the house. The furtive pygmy, so easily
Yes,
forgotten.
indeed.
Oh, I didn't mean to skip that part, but that's okay. We start out in this dingy, dark dungeon cell, and someone drops a body containing this key to get us out of the door. I really like that little moment. It kind of just immediately sets up a little relationship with Oscar. I think if you were to just come across like a seated knight in his position, like you might not go over to talk to him. But when you see him behind that wall, when the ball rolls and you can go talk to him, I think most players immediately go oh, that's the guy who gave me the key and saved me, so I should go see. I like that, especially with a silent protagonist. I think it's a really cool way to add a little bit of character. Yeah, I think all the messages here in the asylum are dev messages. Club. That's most definitely better than our my little broken straight sword. I don't know if I'm gonna opt for the plank shield. I think I'm just gonna two-hand the club for now. If I remember right, yeah, when you two-hand the club, you get this R2 where you jump, and it's kind of crazy. Here, we trigger the ball. Just kind of taking some time to look around, too.
I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon.
Like I said, it's been a few years since I played this, and
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep. There is an old thou who art, and thine ex when thou ringeth the. Well, now you know. Oh, an Estus flood. Oh.
yeah, I mean, I've pretty much like mapped out most of the items and like locations and things in the game, and I feel like they're stored somewhere in the pockets or corners of my mind, but there's always stuff you forget, or like maybe things you've never come across before. That's right, we have to pick this up. Forget he drops it when he dies. And then this, I don't think this door opens, oh yeah. That one's just one-sided. You have to be on this side. I thought you needed a key for it for some reason. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure I forgot or just didn't take the time to appreciate when I first played the game. Get over here. Does this guy not see me? Come over here. I will argue that the male character hit sound is one of ecstasy and joy, not of pain. Like when you get hit, it sounds like you're having a good time. I'll just say that. Give him a bonk on the head. And I like slapping his right thigh, or kind of trying to stay around his butt. Getting a good attack several times. Oh, we got hit by that last one though. Yeah, not too bad of a fight. He never did the like seated butt bounce. We did get hit once, but no problems, no problems. I don't believe there's anything really to pick up or much else to do around here. There's the bird nest right over here, but I don't think we have anything that would be of interest to them. So I think we're just off to Lordran now. Yeah, hopefully I can stream some more, eventually finally afford dinner with Jay-Z. It's one of my goals. I keep skipping cutscenes, I should probably not. They're really cool. Lordran, level up and kindle at bonfires here at the Firelink Shrine.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead.
Let me guess. Fate of the undead?
Well,
Oh.
not the first. But there's no sound that
I should say that to people as I pass them on the street. I've got Elden Ring brain. I keep pressing Y to to interact with stuff. So we probably have we got 2 levels with the souls that we have currently. I have no idea what I want to do. Vitality and endurance are always a good bet. Not a bad thing to start out with. We could start pumping one of these to maybe wield a different or better weapon. I have done Sorcery and Faith in the past. It's not my favorite. I do think throwing lightning bolts in this game is really cool though. The animation is so cool. Yeah, let's just stick with this for now. And then I think our next level up we should go for some kind of damage. We can go talk to this guy. He'll give us a coin to stay away from him.
Hello, I am Petrus of Farallon.
Petrus.
If not,
I prefer we keep some
Hello
distance.
there. But I also want you to know here, no.
I like that. You tell someone to fuck off and then they don't, and you're like, okay, here's a penny. Something about it. That's a great interaction. Yeah, this R2 is kind of busted. I think you can kind of like catch people with just the tip of the club too if you space it really well. Which I'm not gonna do. I like coming over here to kill these guys so that he kind of stops throwing bombs at you. And then let's go ahead and collect some of the items. You know, if we die trying to do this jump, it's not a big deal. Let me practice jump. It's run and then, what do I have it set to? Run and double tap B? Okay. Run, double tap. I forget what this is. Ring of Sacrifice, that's right. Those are like one-time use rings that allow you to keep your souls upon death. Can be alright if you like are trying to just get an item or specifically like farm souls from an area, and then you know, you don't have to worry about sustainability or how long you have. And I know in a couple of the other games you can repair them and use them again. I'm not sure if you can do that in this game. I can't remember. We can certainly try that. Head to the bird. Oh, we didn't catch him with the end of it. I don't think there's anything in here. There's like a... yeah, this area you can get to by jumping across. I think there might be an item up there. Maybe? It's a tough jump. I don't even know if you're supposed to get over there. I don't think there is anything over there. Dragon. So cool. Alright, how do we want to tackle this? I think before I fight those guys, I'm gonna go immediately try to run and kill the crossbow guy. Oh, we didn't even aggro the spear people over there. They're just kind of chilling. I think we have enough for a level up. Do I want to rest though, or should I just keep going? You know what? Before we rest and level up, let's go actually kill these guys and explore downstairs of this building. Yeah, another reason the two-handed R2 on this club is so good is it does a lot of the like poise staggering damage. So if an enemy is just kind of hanging around shielding, it's great for breaking it, breaking the shield, breaking their stance. That's to get on the ladder to go around.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm?
He's petting his barrel.
Trade for sub.
This could be good to get. I do like repair box. We could also buy a weapon and kind of decide now where we want to go with the build. Hand axe is great. I think it's underrated. I think I want to buy any armor or arrows. Though we could buy a short bow and some arrows to maybe as like a solution to dragon later on. I think I kind of just want to run past dragon for now, but let's get a heater shield. Because when I stop using the club, this will definitely be the shield we'll be using until probably I get the grass crest shield. Sorry if you guys heard that sneeze. I tried not to pick it up in the mic. So yeah, we can't afford the resonance key anymore. Let's go ahead and equip that. And just put it on our back for now. Do we still have enough to level up? Oh, you can't see it in this screen. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it to rest, honestly. We have 9 Estus and we're doing alright. Oh, I thought I could jump away. Ow. Double kill. But yeah, I think a lot of the difficulty in this game is presenting you with new situations in which you get kind of like flustered, or it tests like some of the things you learned, and like almost always, especially with Dark Souls, like with the pacing of it, almost always you can just kind of take a step back and take your time, and like if you kind of take a few breaths and, you know, assess the situation, like shields and like bunkering in these games are so powerful. Like taking your time is probably the best strategy to tackle any problem or any like wall that you're up against in this game. I would say things like Bloodborne, Elden Ring are a little bit more fast-paced, and you kind of have to engage with other mechanics or parts of the game. Yeah, Dark Souls 1 and 3 specifically, like, you can really just put on a big shield and try to learn all the patterns and like what enemies do. having more health and more Estus just gives you more chances to make mistakes and learn from them, you know? Yeah, this can be opened with Master Key. And then I think there's some lightning resin in here. Gold pine resin. There's also a ring, I forget exactly which ring it is, but there's a black knight back there as well. And I don't know if I'm confident enough to take on a black knight right now. I will go up and kill this guy. Did we aggro anyone else? Okay, no. I didn't want to fight in the in the staircase. I mean, we do have a 100% physical block shield that can parry. Might be worth it to try to take on the Black Knight. I believe this is another example of Master Key being broken. I think you can just open this. Yep. And that opens up a path to, like, early forest, early Havel. Honestly, after Taurus Demon, I might go down there. I think that's a fun idea. Do y'all spawn? Yeah, y'all are already here. I guess that would be kind of weird if they spawned, like, after the Taurus Demon came. Like, where would they come from? Jeez, I keep getting hit. Like I said, I'm gonna try to make this as casual of a playthrough as possible. Like, I don't want to do any min-maxing or speedrunning or anything like that. I'm not gonna be focusing on playing well. I guess not to like prove anything, but just to kind of like take my time to enjoy the game, and also show that you don't really need to be thinking about too much stuff to beat it. Of course, like I said, I have experience with the bosses, and I kind of like have a lot of the movesets memorized, but you know, if only I could go back to never having played this game. Wow. There's a few ways to bait him into doing that. With a few different attacks. Usually you get him to like leap off with the jumping attack, but he just backstepped like off the cliff. I feel like you don't see that super often. Down here is Solar.
Hello. I am now that you know. Oh, I have a problem. The way I see it, in a land brim. So what do you say?
Of course.
Please. We are amidst the flow of the very. There's no. But use it to summon and engage. Of course, but if you.
Hey, maybe we'll do some co-op. That could be fun. And then yeah, I guess I could go touch the bonfire and then go back to the forest, or we could keep heading this way. Yeah, this doesn't open with Master Key. I think I at least want to get to the bonfire. Where do you have to be? Did. Yeah, I should have triggered it and then ran back out. I think it's much easier to run and time it after that. But we can head back over there. But yeah, this will definitely just be like a sort of continuous like side thing. I'm definitely going to be still playing Bazaar and Megabonk like regularly. Roguelikes are so nice because I can just like set aside an hour to like play a run on stream and then it's over. I don't really have to think about like a good stopping point or anything like that. It's sort of just like a naturally occurring endpoint. Got mine. If we kill all these guys, we might be able to afford the resonance key without having to recover our shoals. Do we want to do that though? Something we want to do? We're like 100 off. Probably after killing some more though, right? We're gonna come back this way later anyway. Since we're going to the forest, we don't have to come back. Come back here. Is this a master key door? No, it's one-sided. I didn't think so. And then I think there's also an item I didn't get back here. Oh no, I grabbed it. Let's just go ahead and get the resonance key now so I don't forget. So the next time we're back here we can just go down there and explore. There are other ways to get down there as well. You don't need the residence key. But yeah, like I said, casual playthrough, gonna try to not like break anything or cheese anything or do anything too crazy.
Go ahead, never hurts.
Might try a few weapons that are underused or underrated in my opinion.
Thanks. I'm workshopping this joke. Let me know what you think. How did my dog win the bipedal competition? You want to know how my dog won the bipedal competition? He was outstanding. I feel like it could use some work. I think we just keep going. We don't have to kill those guys up there. I don't think I'm gonna kill the crossbow person up there either. Keep getting shot by him now. Stop it. Oh. I parried way too early.
I'm dead. Oh god. So we lost a few thousand souls, but that's okay. See, we've already made a handful of mistakes that I can immediately just like reflect on. Yeah, I think Dark Souls 2 does a bit too much of like copying and pasting enemies and like contriving difficulty from like making enemies beefy or do a bunch of damage or having just a bunch of them. Whereas this game, like, I think a lot of the difficulty stems from engaging with new mechanics or variations on mechanics you've seen before, or testing things in certain ways that you haven't been, just trying to like overwhelm you in the sense of like doing something new, like a new layout or a new environment or a new type of enemy or a new move that an old enemy can do, or to the point that where like once you die to it a couple times, you kind of like move past being in this like uncertain dark area, and it, you know, becomes not as daunting and scary. I think that's like kind of like a theme of the game too. Like I think it's not just like a sort of game design decision, but you know, you going to do this like pilgrimage of another person, like it's not even in your culture or anything. You're like fulfilling someone else's destiny, just kind of like on a whim. You know, everything's hopeless and stuff, but you still do it, and you just do it anyway. It's all about just like perspective, I feel like. Yeah, I'm really just gonna try to smooth brain my way through the game. I'm not gonna think too much about like parrying or doing things like super well. I just kind of want to run around and smack stuff. So we're definitely gonna die and get hit and stuff, but I feel like I go strength more than dex usually. Let's go strength. I feel it in my bones. I had a feeling we were gonna get hit to the right. Let's try to focus this way. Alright, and this time I'll go up and kill the crossbow guy, so I don't get plink plonked from across the field. But yeah, you can go through so much of this game by just like picking Knight, putting your shield up, and just like learning what each enemy does. jumped right into that. We only have 2 Astos, but we don't have too much longer to go till our next bonfire. We just have to get by some like rats and stuff, and the dragon, but I feel like I can time it correctly this time, now that the dragon's up there. Does he stay up there? No, we have to trigger it again for our first time. I didn't grab this. It's a soul. Ooh, I had a chunk of wood in my head for a second. Oh, he is there. He just wasn't loaded in. Okay, so I think the trick is to trigger it. Is he gonna do it? Oh gosh. I forget where it is. Is it this red body? Maybe I just go for it. Excuse me. I think the easiest way to do it is when he hasn't appeared yet, you trigger it and then like you run back and then you do it in between. But we made it through just fine. He didn't even do it once. I don't know why he's not blowing fire. And then yeah, here's the shortcut. So we don't actually have to get past the rats at all. And we died twice, so our souls aren't on the bridge from before. Let's go ahead and level up a couple times. Yeah, I think we're gonna put it all on strength for now. Maybe things might change. Like I said, I'm gonna try to look around and try to find unique weapons and stuff. Maybe we find something that we want to use that uses a different stat. I'd be fine with doing some kind of quality build too, where we level up like everything. Then yeah, let's keep going. Do we want to go this way or do we want to go to the forest? I think the forest is so cool to start out with. Maybe let's go this way and I think we do gargoyles. I think we should make that our first goal. Let's try to tackle gargoyles, and then once we do gargoyles, we'll go to do the forest. I think the Darkroot Basin is one of the coolest, or Darkroot in general is just one of the coolest areas in the game. There's so much enemy variation and like cool bosses, and a genuinely like fantasy vibe. I don't know. It's like a magical forest. It's classic. Oh, I should not have swung there. I was gonna try to bait them off the edge, and one of them went, and I was locked on. Running around, jumping, acrobatically moving in a circle. Failing upwards. Oh, jeez. Swag walk for a sec.
he had that thing on him. We might be dead. No, we're fine. Yeah, I think, speaking back on like how it generates difficulty or like new problems for you to face, this game, I think that gives it a lot of replayability too. I haven't played it in a few years, and I guess I used to play the game very like optimally or min-maxy, and I guess what I'm trying to get at is that even if you have a lot of experience with these games and you feel like you know all the ins and outs of enemies and a boss or anything like that, all it takes is like a slight change in perspective or build or you know anything like that, or just a couple years of not playing to have like stuff kind of trip you up again. Like um, you know, you can be the most get good gamer in the world and you take a couple years off of the game and come back to it, and these starting enemies can still kind of get you. It makes it really refreshing. I've always really liked that about the game, is that like, you know, you don't power scale to the point where you're just like absolutely like mowing down everything, and like everything can still hit pretty hard and does a lot of damage. Who's shooting the crossbow? I think it's someone on the staircase above. I think we're fine. What's this guy doing? He's uninterested now. And are you uninterested? What's going on? Fight me. Oh, I thought for sure that was it. Alright, we are out of Estus, so I am actually just gonna try to dodge these little guys and run. Unfortunately, rats cannot climb ladders. I guess fortunately for us, but unfortunately for the rats. We got the Black Knight up here. I shouldn't be here. There was a spot in the staircase to go to like the lower level, and I just kept walking. I kind of want to keep going and play till we get to the gargoyles. But that might take like an hour or two, and I gotta get going soon. So I know this is like a bit of a shorter one, but at least we got the ball rolling, and yeah, I hope to play like a larger chunk next time and really get uh, get through some of the game. I love this game. It's so cool. Yeah, thank you for joining me, and I hope to be playing more soon. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go.